3 months ago, just about from this time, I was working late. My boss and I were sitting at the desk working a few things out, and I got a call from my landlord, and he was very nervous, but he said, "Leanne, you can't come home tonight. There's been a fire." And I said, "Okay, well, can I get my stuff?" "No, the place is destroyed." So there I was, sitting there at work. I mean, I had left my purse. I had left a lot of my things that I usually take to work at home that day because I had a lot of books to carry, and I take the bus, so I just couldn't carry everything, so I left all of that. So there I was with about $5 and no home to go to. And the best way I can describe it is like feeling like a derailed train. I'm off the track. I'm not quite on the track, and I'm not quite on the ground. I'm just somewhere in between. And all of a sudden, by this random act, I just felt like I was in a world that I didn't know. And I felt just totally unstable and didn't know what to do about it. And I live alone, and I don't have any family around. And my boss, who was a new boss at the time, she'd only been my boss for about a month, and she said, "Let's go get your cell phone charger." I mean, to me, that's a brilliant thought. I never would have thought of that on my own. And we got the cell phone charger, and she drove me to the place that used to be my home. And that was my night. So I was kind of faced with what to do. I had no money, so she kind of shoved $100 in my pocket, and when she dropped me off, and I had to decide what to do. And people were asking me, "What do you need? What do you need? What can I get you? What do you need?" And it seemed like all the questions just stressed me out more because I didn't know what I need, because I was in a world that I didn't know. If people gave me things, I had no place to put them. So it was just a really awful, surreal kind of experience. The next day, as I started to piece things together, my boss was getting all these phone calls from people. "What can we do? What can we do? How can we help Leanne? How can we help Leanne? What can we do?" And she didn't know what to do because she'd only been there for a little while, so she made a few phone calls to the people she knew, and they said, "Call the credit union, and they'll know what to do." And so she worked with the credit union to set up an account. So that's what the credit union did. They worked with her behind the scenes. Whenever they needed my permission or something from me, they'd call me, but pretty much they worked together and set up this account. And I'm not quite sure how the word got out, but certainly people did reach out and help me financially. And that pot was really so helpful in just stabilizing me. That's all I wanted to do, was feel stable, and then I could put my life back together again. But and so it was that initial generous gift that helped me to feel stable. And all this, I noticed all the big hearts and the generous people that helped me out at that time, and I'm really grateful for it. And I just can't tell people enough what a difference it made and how much I appreciate it. Feeling stable is a good feeling. As I reflect back on this very bad experience in my life, and it was bad, I think working with RTN and my colleagues and coworkers throughout the organization, I noticed myself feeling that it's very hard to feel bad when people are so good to you. The experience was horrible, and yet it was beautiful. I've been the recipient of such generosity, and so it really made a difference in how I lived through this experience and how I recovered so quickly and so well. And so I'd like to thank everyone at RTN and that was instrumental in reaching out to me and making this smoother and making it as easy as possible.